Hello, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Chidinma Otutu and I am a software developer. I'm currently based in Berlin, Germany. I want to use this opportunity to wish you happy holidays and a wonderful 2021. So today's video is about tips on how to land your job. So after getting my job abroad from Nigeria, I got a lot of requests and questions from people asking me how I was able to land the job all the way from Nigeria. So this video is just the experience I had to go through with my friends as well. So whatever tips I'm giving you is just because it's something I have gone through. So please relax and watch to the end. After watching this video and you find it very useful, it would do good if you can share the video to someone who would probably make use of it. And also, if you enjoyed this video, do not forget to give me a thumbs up. The like button is there, just click it, and please don't forget to subscribe. You can subscribe now. Just subscribe to my YouTube channel. It helps a lot and it keeps me going. It's very encouraging. So right into the video. The sun is quite too much, so I'm going to sort of back the sun so it doesn't enter my eye. But then right into it. So these tips and advice I'm going to give, I think there are like 7 of them. I had to jot them down here so I do not forget or skip anything. So the first tip I'm going to give is resume. I know you must probably have heard of great resume, great resume, great resume. Everybody's screaming about resume. But then how important is your resume? Your resume is very important. It's key. I think it's the #1 thing your recruiter sees even before knowing who you are or what you can do. Okay? So having a great resume goes a long way. It gives you access to entering the door. So what does it mean to have a great resume? Having a great resume is making sure that whatever is in your resume is related to whatever your recruiter is looking for. So for instance, I'm applying for the role of a back-end engineer, and in my resume what is there has nothing to do with back-end engineering or the skills the recruiter is looking for. So basically, okay, I'm a Node.js developer and I'm looking for a role as a Node.js developer. It's supposed to be that in my resume I'm supposed to have experiences that are related to what a Node.js developer does. So crafting your resume to fit in is a very great idea. So how do you craft this resume? Your resume should at least contain your contact details. It should contain the experiences you've had or the companies you've worked for and what you had to do for the company and the skills you used, both the soft skills and not just the technologies you used. You can as well put the soft skills like collaboration. A lot of people put I work under pressure. I don't know how true is that, but if it works for you and you can work under pressure, you can as well put changing your resume, like your work experience. It's always advisable to start from your current job or the current work you've done and then moving down to the oldest. So the newest to the oldest. Don't start with probably what you've done in 2016 as #1, whereas you have something you've done in 2020. And then when you're submitting your resume for, say, back-end developer, please let there not be anything like sales. I did sales in so company. Let your resume be focused on the particular job you're going for. If it's back-end engineering, let your resume be focused on back-end engineering, what you've done for this company as a back-end engineer, the skills and the technologies you've used. Yeah. So I'm going to show like a little detail of what like a great resume is. So I was able to get this great resume online. Looking at this resume is very simple and properly detailed, very straightforward. This person sectioned her resume, the left column and the right column, and highlighting for each particular section what it is about. Now whoever is reading this resume would know where to look, and if the person is looking for experience, oh, there's an experience section. The person would go to look for whatever he or she wants to see in this resume. So that's what I'm talking about, having a great CV. Looking up, you'll see the contact info. you don't need to search, oh, where is the person's contact info. There is a caption there showing you, okay, this is where the contact, this is where to find my contact, this is where to get my educational background, this is where to see my experience. Like I said, looking at the experience section, you would see that this person properly sectioned it, where she stated her present job and the one following is her oldest job. Okay, and then another thing I would want to point out in this resume is, looking at the experience section, you can see that this person is a waitress. There is no other information about probably maybe she doing a job as an engineer or doing a job as a salesperson. This resume is only focused on her being a waitress, and that is what your resume should be. If you're going for a particular position, say front-end engineer, back-end engineer, let your resume just talk about that particular position that you're applying for. Okay, and then write out, section your resume properly, so whoever is looking at it wouldn't have to stress himself or herself looking for, oh, where is this information, because the person recruiting would probably have over 50 or 100 resumes to go through. So this one, if I'm a recruiter, I'm going to look at it because it's simple, it has essential details and very straightforward. So that's an example of a great resume. You can take a look at this to craft out your resume as well. And then, are you looking for where to craft this great resume? There are a lot of websites these days that have very beautiful templates that you can craft out good resume from. You can use canva.com. I did a video when I relocated here newly, and I'm going to link the video here where I showed you how you can use Canva to craft out a nice resume. So please, it is also good if when you finish crafting your resume, you can give to someone else to see, to avoid typos. I can remember one time when I applied to a company, a remote company, one of the feedback I got was that I had typo in my resume. Okay, so if you can try as much as possible, give a third eye to see what resume you've crafted, what it looks like. If it's free from typo, that would be a great way to go. Yeah, is that all for resume? So that is tip number 1. And then now the second one. A lot of people do not talk about this, but having a great cover letter is as important as having a great resume. Yeah, so I know when I was working for a company in Lagos, Nigeria, and there was a story they shared that there was this position, this managerial position they were vying for, and a lot of people submitted their resume. But the reason they picked up the person who finally got the position was because the person had a great cover letter. So what is cover letter? I'm going to give an example here of what a great cover letter should be. You don't even need to stress so much. The cover letter is a little bit of your resume, but not your resume. But this time around, they're not telling the company or the recruiter why you think they should hire you and the reason you're applying to that company. It will do you a little good if you can go and research a little bit about what the company does. I know a lot of people might think crafting a cover letter is very stressful when you have to do like 100 applications or 10 applications a day. Yeah, but you can craft, you can have like a static cover letter you have. Then whenever you want to apply to a company and you go to research, then you can always update your cover letter. So the cover letter should just be about you, what you've done, and why you think the company is a great fit for you and you're also a great fit for the company. So it will even give you the opportunity to know what the company you're applying to, what it does, if their culture goal is what you believe or your own culture. You know, there are some companies that you might apply to and what they believe in is not what you believe in. When you go there, you probably might not last, or you have to bend to blend in. So if you can make a good research on what the company does and then explain to the hiring manager why the person should take you. So when you are applying for a position, please always attach a cover letter to your resume, to your application. Like you submit your resume and then you submit a cover letter with it. It will also give you an edge over people who didn't submit, I think, because I submitted cover letter. Yeah, so I'm giving you tips on the things I did personally. Okay, so now we are going to the third one. The third one is going to be interviews. Yeah. you submitted your CV with your cover letter and things are looking great for you. Now companies are responding and they're liking your CV, they're liking your cover letter, and they want to have an interview, like proceed with you. So the next thing is going to be your interviews. So maybe you apply to 1, 2, 50, 100 companies. I actually applied to a lot of companies. Yes. How many? Over 200. At some point I thought they were going to ban me from applying to companies because I did a lot. Believing you will get. And when you get interviews, different companies with different techniques. Some people might want to start with the first interview, usually getting to know you, or some, if you're a developer, most of them either sends you technical challenge to do. So the technical challenge would verify if you're moving to the next stage or not. So when, say, your first one is getting to know you is very important. And I feel like a lot of people actually flop in this particular stage, getting to know you, because people do not really know how to, probably because it's the first time, they wouldn't know how to handle it. So out of fear, they sort of misyan. The questions are usually very similar. Tell me about yourself. Have you worked in a team before? What did you do when something like this happened to your team? When you had challenges, what did you do and how were you able to solve it? Most times I always say be true to yourself, be very honest. How I usually answer these questions is I use personal experiences to answer them. Okay, but then I would like to give maybe just a very few tips on how to answer tell me about yourself. I don't really think there is magic to it. So for me, when I was applying, then I had to read a lot on answering tell me about yourself. And the 5 points, the way I did it was I arranged it in 5 points. So when they asked me, say for example, okay, so yes, tell me about yourself. I'm Chidinma Otutu. I graduated from the University of Nigeria in Nsukka. I studied electrical engineering. After graduation, I delved into software development, and since then I've been able to work for company A, and I was able to do this. I'm currently working for company B, and this is what we're doing. These are the technologies I've been able to use. Going forward, I'm looking to join your company because this and this, and these are my goals and values. Just telling them what you've done before, what you're currently doing, and what you hope to achieve in the future. Just make it really short. Do not bore them, because probably they might be waiting to do interviews with, say, more than 5-10 people a day. So make it very short, interesting, and believable. Yeah. And then they probably might ask you questions about working in teams. If you worked in teams, you tell them yes. When you had issues, what did you do? Okay, there is no wrong answers to this. So it's just from your personal experience that you should be able to answer this. One advice I would like to give you is do not panic a lot, because when you're too scared, you tend to forget all the things you've learned, by the way. But then try not to panic. If you see yourself panicking when they're asking you these questions, just try to so you breathe in, you breathe out, calm yourself down. So what my friends and I usually do is, when you're about to enter, be like, what's the worst that can happen? So do not let fear take over you. When you let fear take over you, you probably will be blabbing the whole time. So try to calm down. And then another thing I try to do is try to list out some of these points before you join the call, so that when you're very scared, you can just go through your points. Just like as I was trying to prepare this video, I had to write down points on what I'm supposed to talk about, so that I don't come here blabbing to you. Okay, now after the first interview, most times they'll tell you, oh, we are sorry we couldn't move forward, maybe because you didn't really impress them. It's fine. Another thing I would say, after an interview, it would be good if you can ask them for feedback until what did they think, or what do they think you can do better, where you can improve or do better. Okay, so having interviews, showing up on time when your interview has been scheduled, do not keep them waiting. Try to come at least maybe 5 minutes earlier and just be on the call to avoid stories that touch. So try to be on time, and then try to have great internet. Also don't stay around distractions or people that will distract you, so you'll be focused, and then prepare. So just calm down and have a great interview, okay? And then that takes me to the fourth point, which is taking feedback. Very important, taking feedback. So when you're doing these interviews, probably this getting to know you interview, or maybe interview with the CTO or interview with the HR, most times they tend to hint or give you feedback. Don't always try to argue. I know it is not true, you're not saying the truth, this is what I've known. Sometimes, yes, it's what you know, but from their own end, they probably have something they want you to know. So if you can listen and try to take whatever feedback they've given you, if you look at it pointedly, you actually see that there is something they are pointing out that you probably need to work on. So if you can take great feedback, is good, because it actually even helps you as a person, because you really do not know it all. Okay, so we actually need people sometimes to point out some things we think we are doing right but we're not. So if you can try to take feedback when they give you feedback, apply it, so that when next you have an interview, you can actually use what you worked on that interview to ace the other one. Okay, so most times the first interview is usually not the one you get. It might be different for some people, it might not be. So whenever they give you feedback, try to take that feedback. And now the fifth one is soft skills. I know a lot of people do not take soft skills as a serious issue or as a serious something. So try to take soft skills are very important. Soft skills are as important as the technical skills. If you're someone people cannot relate to, you might really not last in that company. Yes, I lost one of my first jobs because of soft skills. So soft skills are great. You might know how to code, yes. Can people relate with you? Do you take corrections? Do other people's opinion matter, or it must be you? How great are you working in a team? I know most people are used to working alone, but when you're working in a company, you have to learn how to collaborate with other people from diverse communities, people from different countries and all. So please try and work on your soft skills. They will take you really far. Yeah. Okay, now that brings me to the next point. And the next point is, I forgot to mention this earlier, when you're searching for jobs. So yes, so searching for jobs when you're looking to travel or relocate. Yes, some websites are really great where they what I mean by really great, something like linkedin.com. I'm going to leave the links below. Indeed.com, Glassdoor for software developers, Stack Overflow. These were the websites my friends and I used when we were looking for jobs abroad. And the great thing about these websites is that they have this great filter where you can actually filter for jobs in a particular country you're looking to relocate to. Yeah, so if you're looking to work abroad, I know you have countries you want to move to, on how say you need to pack your bags and relocate. Yeah, so then my friends and I were looking at Germany, Canada, Netherlands, USA. Yeah, so if you go on LinkedIn, I'm going to give you like a short description on how to filter on LinkedIn. So you filter, and you can even turn on a notification telling LinkedIn that when jobs from this location, this particular job, like you have to be specific. Is it backend? Is it front end? Is it full stack? Why I'm mentioning this is because I'm a software developer, so this is what I do. So if you're not a developer, I'm sorry, but the terms I'm using are basically software engineering terms. So when you go on these websites, you filter and then you tell them to notify you when jobs of this particular stack are available, so you can apply. And then another point I would like to give you is how to accept rejection mails. Yeah, so when you start applying to jobs abroad, a lot of times you get rejection mails, and you need to be ready. It's just like someone breaking your heart, like someone breaking up with you online via mail. That's what rejection mail is like. It touches here. The first 5, 6, 10 rejection mails I got, how hurt me. Especially when you've done like interview with the company and you're very hopeful that yes, I killed it. I killed this interview, and then the next morning you wake up seeing a mail that, oh, we're sorry, we picked someone else, but we wish you well in the future. And oh, some people might even take like 2 months before they get back to you. So that's why I would like to advise you to keep applying until you receive a yes. Do not give up. I know rejection mails are hard to take, and most times, especially when you've given your all to it, all you need is one yes. Don't give up, just keep applying. Seriously. I know, like, my friends and I, we started applying 2019. I think we became very serious around July, August, and it took like 4 months, yeah, of constant daily applications. There was this particular one that I applied to. I was so hopeful, and the day I got the rejection mail, I didn't know how I applied to 50 companies that day. Yeah, so please, I'll advise you, keep applying, don't give up. It will surely click one day. Yes, it will. And then the last, but definitely not the least, is keep going. Keep going. I know you probably, Chidinma, I've done this, I've applied, they're not getting back to me. Yes, because of this corona, mostly some companies are currently not hiring, but there are still some companies that are hiring. So just don't lose faith, don't give up. Just keep at it, and I'm sure one day you're going to get that yes you're looking for. Thank you for listening, and if you have any question, please do not forget to leave it in the comment section. Let me confirm that I didn't miss any tips or advice I want to give. Yeah, that is it. Encouragement. And I've encouraged you. Please don't give up. If you like this video, please share to people who might find it very useful, and enjoy the holidays. Alright guys, thank you so much, and I will see you in my next video. Please do not forget to subscribe, like, and share. Bye guys.